Britain's youngest female murderer, who stabbed a stranger to death and bragged about it behind bars, has had her release from prison blocked. Branded the Devil's Daughter, Sharon Carr still remains a danger to the public more than 30 years after she knifed 18-year-old Katie Rackliff more than 30 times in an unprovoked and brutal attack. Carr, who was just 12 at the time of her evil crime, picked her victim out at random as she saw her walking home from a night out in June 1992. The brutal murder went unsolved until 2 years later, when she attacked a schoolgirl and boasted about Katie's murder in a Young Offenders Institute, even writing twisted diary entries, which was really disturbing. Now, more than 30 years after the murder, Carr has had her efforts to walk free thrown out by the Parole Board for the 4th time. Documents revealed she had only spent 8 years in prison, having spent the majority of her sentence in secure specialist settings. In a summary, parole chief said evidence was presented in the dossier to the panel regarding Miss Carr's progress and custodial conduct during her time in prison. Her behaviour had been variable and there had been instances of violence. Miss Carr had engaged with education and occupational work and had acted as a mentor to others in prison. She had participated in an intensive program and had engaged one-to-one with a prison psychologist. Experts also said she still displayed the same risk factors from the time of her offending. The document states at the time of her offending, these risk factors had included difficulties in coping with feelings of rejection. She had to manage aspects of her personality. Miss Carr had showed a strong tendency to develop intense feelings for certain people and to act disproportionately when she perceived problems in her relationships. The propensity had remained a factor during her sentence. Sharon Carr was jailed after cops discovered her diary, with one post reading, "I was born to be a murderer. Killing for me is a mass turn on and it just makes me so high I never want to come down. Every night I see the devil in my dreams, sometimes even in my mirror, but I realise it was just me." Police later discovered Carr had decapitated a neighbour's dog with a spade, and there was also suggestion from a friend that she had fried live hamsters. At an assessment centre, Carr tried to strangle 2 nurses and later bragged about killing Katie on the phone to relatives. In her diary she wrote, "I wish I could kill you again. I'd promise I'd make you suffer more. Your terrified screams turn me on." Carr was sent to Bulwood Hall Young Offenders Institute in Hinckley, Essex, after attacking a schoolgirl with a knife in Surrey. She had also tried to strangle 2 nurses at an assessment centre. Carr, now 43, was convicted of murder in 1997 for Katie's killing in Camberley, Surrey, and sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 14 years. She was considered too unstable to be released from HMP Bronzefield in southwest London 2 years ago after she tried to get her restricted prisoner status downgraded. She was denied permission to seek a judicial review after a judge heard she fantasized about murdering another inmate, but she had made a fresh bid for freedom and will learn within days if she is deemed a danger to the public. Carr was described as an extremely dangerous young woman when she was sentenced. Judge Mr. Justice Scott Baker told her, "What is clear is that you had a sexual motive for this killing, and it is apparent both from the brutal manner in which you mutilated her body and chilling entries in your diary recordings you had done, that killing, as you put it, turns you on." After she was jailed, criminal psychologist Gordon Tressler said the case was difficult to understand because it involved a child killing an adult rather than another child. This is an extremely dangerous person because she is clearly prepared to kill without an adequate motive. He said at the time, "That makes her conduct very unpredictable and very dangerous. She is a great danger to the public." Britain's youngest female killer is Mary Bell, who was convicted of manslaughter after strangling 2 young boys to death in Newcastle upon Tyne in 1968. She committed her first killing when she was just 10 years old. Please like this video, please comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.